Hey guys, it's Chris. Welcome back to my channel. So today I have a different kind of video. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my experience with ClearCorrect, or pretty much Invisalign. I personally believe if there's something you don't like about yourself, then change it, whether that's your weight or your appearance or something like that. It's not that I didn't like my smile with my gap teeth per se, because it looks cute on some people and I don't think it looked bad on me, but I know that I feel more confident with the smile that I have now. I don't know if you guys have noticed over the last few months, but there's something that has changed about me, and it is my smile. I'm coming to you from the perspective of somebody who has had braces before. I actually had braces for 2 years and 26 days as a teenager. I remember it because it was, I just hated it. I hated it. But what happened in my case is I forgot my retainer in a hotel for one spring break, and I called back to try to find it, and I eventually went to the dentist like a week later to get a replacement, but by that time my teeth had already shifted, and then eventually I said to heck with wearing the retainer, and my teeth eventually spaced back apart. So if you see me looking down, I do have some talking points that I want to make sure I cover in this video, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that I needed to know was the price, the cost of Invisalign, and how the heck am I going to pay for it. So my case was $4,500, and oh my gosh, it hurt so much to pay that much, but you really appreciate it more. Like, I so appreciate it more the second time around because it's come out of my pocket. I could have saved myself that money if I would have just, been a little bit more responsible all those years ago, but hey, we can't change the past. So how I paid for it was my dental insurance actually ended up covering $1,000 of it. My job had a flexible spending account, like where you can allocate a certain amount to go towards your medical and dental. It could cover copays and things like that. So I opted for $2,600 at the end of last year when I knew that I was seriously considering getting ClearCorrect or Invisalign, and then the rest I had to come up with out of pocket. So the next thing is the time length. So braces, like I said, I had braces for 2 years and 26 days. Now, one of the things that I had when I had braces is a tongue crib, and it's this awful, awful torture device. No, really, but basically it looks like a fork at the top of your mouth. So they put the tongue crib at the top of my mouth. I'll try to put a picture of it or something like that right here, but it was really awful. And I had a lisp, and like every time I bit into a sandwich, it would just get, half of it would get stuck in the tongue crib. I had that for a while, and they said it was because my tongue was pushing my teeth apart. But I think that I just have a gap. Lots of people in my family have gaps, but whatever, I'm not a dentist. And so with Invisalign, I had Invisalign from April, like early April to October 30th. Today is November 6th, and I've had my Invisalign off for actually a week today. So let's talk about the appointments. So I talked to my dentist and let them know that I was interested in getting Invisalign, and they said that I would be a good case for it. And I keep saying Invisalign and ClearCorrect interchangeably because I thought I was getting Invisalign at first, but they were like, oh, you're getting ClearCorrect. And I was like, oh, okay. I was really glad that I wasn't gonna have to have ClearCorrect for a long time. I definitely wanted to go ahead and get it over with, have the smile that I wanted, and move on with my life. So the consultation, she showed me what my teeth were like now and how they would be moving together, and then they took the molds and then sent them off to the lab. Now, I have seen things like Smile Direct Club, and the reason that I didn't go for that, because I want to say it's like half the cost. I know me, I would mess something up, okay? Like, even when they were doing the molds at the dentist's office, like, I know there's no way I could have successfully done that myself, and even half the price of that is a lot of money to waste, so I'd rather just go to a professional, let them do it, and then be done. So after the trays came in, the first 2 appointments, I would sit in the office and she would see how they fit into my mouth. And those appointments were still pretty short. Like, I would be in and out within 20 minutes or less. And then after that, most of the time she would send me home with an extra tray or 2, and I would go literally every 3 weeks. So I always went to the dentist on a Tuesday, or every 3 weeks I had it in my phone, just change out my trays at home. So the pros of Invisalign or ClearCorrect or something like that is that the look of it. You can take them out if you need to take pictures. You don't have to worry about them feeling so uncomfortable in your mouth. You can brush your teeth. When it came to caring for the trays themselves, that was pretty easy. I would just use the same electric toothbrush I use for my teeth, but I would use antibacterial hand soap, and I'd put it in there and brush them really well and then pop them back in. And I would brush those I'd brush those once to twice, 1 to 2 times a day. Like in the beginning when I first got them, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna brush these things after every meal, but that was not realistic for me. Some of the cons, like something that I wasn't expecting, is like the first few sets of trays. The bottom tray was like kind of sharp around the bottom part, so like my tongue would like kind of get cut up on it. So I looked online. I know this sounds so awful and so unhygienic, and don't listen to me, but this is what I did. I took a nail file because I saw that that's what other people were doing, and I would file the part that was bothering me like until it was dull, and that actually solved my problem. It was kind of hard to get used to at first, like talking without having a lisp. I still had like the tiniest lisp, but you know, you eventually learn to work around that. And then also one of the cons is if you're at like the dinner table, or if you're in like a social situation where you don't know there's gonna be food, like at my job, for instance, there's always a goodie table somewhere. Somebody's always giving you a treat or something like that. So like, you know, I'd have to be like, oh, okay, thanks. You know, deal with all my drool and stuff and put it away. Another con is losing the trays. Believe it or not, they happen a few times. Like sometimes I wouldn't always sit them in the container that I was supposed to, okay? I'd sit them on a plate or something in the kitchen if I'm like cooking and tasting stuff, or I might leave them in the bathroom on the counter or something. So I did have like a few scares with that. But the good thing is, even if you do lose a tray, I'm pretty sure they can reorder whatever tray you were on. So now that everything is all said and done, I have the permanent bonded retainer in the top. And I'm not gonna lie, I hated it so much at first. Like the next day I was like, can y'all take this out? It's a little too much. I'm actually waiting on my permanent retainer to come in, and it'll be in like a week or two. So I'm just wearing the last bottom tray at night. Overall, I had a great experience with ClearCorrect or Invisalign. It was worth it. It was convenient. It was short. The visits were short. Yeah, it was costly, but you know. Just wanted to come on really quickly and share my experience in case any of you guys are curious about ClearCorrect or Invisalign or the process, or if you're thinking about it. I would definitely say go for it. As for always, thank you so much for watching, you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!